Hey, so what was your favorite part of the Ant-Man movie? The new Ant-Man movie.
The new Ant-Man movie? My favorite part is because, I didn't watch it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about why.
All right.
This is the funnest night ever!
Yeah, quit yanking our anuses! Two people get together, do something social, have a few drinks, yada yada yada.
It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
So, welcome to a new Two Brothers, and well, listen, guys. You're probably wondering why we haven't been reviewing Marvel movies
Or
in a
shows.
while, and we're gonna talk about it here on this podcast. And before we go any further, please like and subscribe us on YouTube channel and Spotify and all that other stuff. Follow us on Instagram, and it's called Two Bros. And for anyone who is, because this is a very heated debate among a lot of MCU fans and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is just our opinion, so
Yeah.
don't take it too seriously. This is just us ranting. But with that being said, we do have to get some shit off our chest because this is something that we have been we've discussed off the air a lot in private and shit.
Yeah.
And there is
And I felt we should bring it to
there's a reason
the
why
podcast.
we're going to bring it onto the podcast. This is something that I think one of our listeners, Josh, who I used to work with, he used to be my boss at JCPenney, he would have some things to say about this, I'm sure. So if he's listening, pretty sure it's going to be a doozy for him. But so let's just jump right into it, man. Why has the MCU been feeling stale lately?
Yeah.
That's the question that's being thrown around a lot.
Well, it all started with...
And hold on. I think we're in phase 4, but if we forget, we just forget.
I don't even know, dude.
I don't know either. I think phase 4 or phase 5, one or the other. Okay, it's the
So
newest phase. This
hold on.
current phase.
So
of
this
Marvel.
phase 4, so-called, is still from...
Don't even tell me when it started.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to say, like, it's still... So you're saying Endgame is in the same phase of these...
No. Endgame was the last phase.
Oh,
before.
okay.
And I don't know the specifics of when it started. To be honest,
I don't know.
after Endgame, everything kind of just sort of was a little foggy for me.
I'll
okay.
get it, because the guy's name is...
Sure, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, once they started introducing the multiverse, I just started. I didn't lose interest. I mean, look, we're getting into it now, okay? But look, after Endgame came out, and I can agree.
We're getting into it already?
We're getting into it.
Okay.
We can agree that Endgame was just fucking good,
Mm-hmm.
all right? Everyone can have their opinions on it and what they think. You and I think it was like fucking peak Marvel,
Yes.
all right?
Mm-hmm.
After Endgame, things started to go on a little bumpy ride, right? There were some things that were okay, some things that were better than others. But once they started introducing the shows, I felt like, and you were telling me this too, that it started to go on a bit of a decline.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't shoot all the way down. It didn't become fucking trash. But it slowly started to kind of go down a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. It's like when I heard that Far From Home
Mm-hmm.
was still a part of Phase 3. I was like, are you fucking... Endgame ended, but Far From Home was going to be the one that ends it? Like, it's just weird to me.
Yeah.
That,
See, this is
because Endgame was just...
up with the Phase 3
Yeah,
or Phase 4.
It felt so...
And all this. Yeah.
It was like such a good closing point for the MCU was with Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
And then Far From Home came out. To be honest, I don't really remember much of it. I know it did take place after Endgame, but like it just didn't feel like the closer for phase 3
Mm-hmm.
or 4. I don't fucking know anymore. And then they did Black Widow, which was like the one that came out after, and I was like, but Black Widow's already dead. Why the fuck would you make the movie after? And then it's little things like that where I started to feel like, I was still on the rails for a little bit, but then I was like, okay, now they're starting to lose me just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know that you had more to say about the TV shows than I did. So like, what?
For me, I feel like it started with the Disney Plus shows, right?
Yeah.
But first, I was excited because we're gonna get Vision and Scarlet.
Oh,
Witch.
WandaVision, yes.
WandaVision, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck the thing was called. Then Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies.
What if?
What if?
Right.
What else was on there?
Loki came out.
Oh yeah, Loki. Okay, the lineup, right? The first lineup
right,
of
yes.
the Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, I was on board.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing all these rumors about, let's say, WandaVision. It would say it's going to follow House of M. It was going to follow Tom King's run of Vision, which to me, it should have been its own fucking show, and that should have been the show.
I agree. But let's make something clear. A lot of this whole shit about like, oh, it's gonna be based on House Nem and blah blah blah. A lot of it was speculation. A lot of people was like, oh, we think it's gonna be based. It looks like and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Or people were like, it looks like Mephisto might be in the show like after episode like 5. Then people started coming out with their dumbass theories about like the flamingo is actually or whatever. Well, Mephisto, and I was like, now you're fucking losing me.
This is where it started for me though. Like, yeah, we started watching WandaVision and nothing happened in that show until like the last 2 episodes.
Right.
Which I lost interest because there was a lot of, like you said, people come out with their Mephisto's gonna show,
or Doctor Strange is gonna show up, or this is gonna set up fucking how Spider-Man is gonna
stuff like that, right?
It started to take away from the focus of the show.
But the show wasn't, to me, or maybe you're gonna agree too, it wasn't that great.
To me, it was a solid like first show. I knew it wasn't gonna be like, oh, they're knocking it out of the park right out the gate with the show. I was all right. This is a good like appetizer for like the next few shows that come out. Mm-hmm. That was my opinion. I know you didn't like it. I didn't think it was like the worst thing in the world, but it certainly didn't kick up until like the last 2 episodes, basically.
Yeah.
You know? But I felt like it started to lose the focus of the show, and people just started to project their own fucking theories. And I know I wasn't the only one. People were just like, can people just shut the fuck up about this Mephisto thing? Or like how this ties into No Way Home and fucking how Doctor Strange is going to it started to set up expectations too high. You know?
Then, to me, I think it was pretty good. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was great. I liked it.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Then to us, that's when then it was Loki, right? I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we jumped into Loki. This? I felt the same way with the Falcon. I liked it.
It was good, and it felt like it made progress towards what was going to. It started to build.
Then again, they went with What If, then stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we don't know the chronological like order of these shows because I think we stopped watching.
Right after Loki.
Well, not just that, we picked and chose which shows we were gonna watch. Like for a minute, we were like Moon Knight, we'll watch that, and then we stopped after like episode 5 because like this is just not.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
it was. Let's be honest. Between you and I know a lot of people liked it. It was disappointing.
Yes.
Moon Knight. It just felt very scattered. It didn't feel like it was... And I know that was kind of the point because it was like, oh, we're seeing it from their perspective, you know, but like, I don't know. It just didn't grab me as much as it did a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know? I still see the potential. The show I wasn't digging it. Right?
The one that we came back to was She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say the first couple episodes are okay. I'm in it. Okay, yeah. I like where it's going.
Yep.
Then it just...
To be quite honest I don't remember who the main villain of that show was. I think it was like a bunch of incels or some shit, right? It was like an online group. I don't fucking know.
I don't remember neither.
The only thing that was memorable was the inclusion of Daredevil.
that
I think that was probably the most memorable part for a lot of people.
and Abomination, that whole episode about like
yeah, and Wong was fucking great too.
yeah, see,
But
so, like,
again, it just and I know that it was gonna be. I knew going in it was more comedic than other shows. Like it wasn't gonna take itself seriously. That's why a lot of people were like, "Oh, this show fucking sucks" and blah blah blah. But it's like I get what tone they were going for. But it's the same thing with WandaVision. It didn't get good until like the last 2 episodes.
Then the one I think is to me is Werewolf by Night is the one
one
episode,
shot.
the one shot. That shit was cool.
That was fucking good.
At first I was like, I don't want to see it because I've been disappointed before.
Right.
But this one I was because like you were saying, I didn't hear anything about it, like theories and so on and so forth.
No. And I don't want to sound like a fucking like an asshole or anything, but it's because not a lot of people knew who this character was. So it's not like they could project their fucking theories on it. This was a character that nobody was familiar with. We even admit this is not a character we knew about. We knew about it because we heard that the comic book was like making the rounds and shit, but we didn't know anything about the character. You know?
Well, that shit was cool. I liked it. The black and white thing and the Shown Man thing was cool.
That was
all
awesome.
That shit was just knocked that out of the park.
Yeah.
Then I think right after that was She-Hulk. Then I don't know.
We forgot Captain Marvel, but we didn't watch it. So
Isn't it Mrs. Marvel? Not
no, it's Captain. Oh yes, right, Miss Marvel. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just don't know. Like where we're getting to is just to me.
I think I was just no. Go ahead. Sorry. I'll let you.
To me, I feel like that's where it started. Like, not for me, maybe for like other people too. It's like the show. It was just like.
There's nothing against Miss Marvel. You know, we didn't see it. We don't have no opinion.
I'm talking about all the shows.
Right. Yeah.
Not just the one.
No, it was fatigue, dude. It was the fatigue started to set in. I think they were, and I think even Marvel knows, because now they're going to release like 1 show this year, maybe 2, and I think that's it. Whereas like the last few years have been fucking putting out like 5 shows every damn 6 months. It almost felt like
every other month.
I'm exaggerating, but yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the problem came with. I feel like Disney had a lot of involved in it, and they don't have great writers behind it either. Writing these shows, like for example, come on, like if you go watch the lead up to Endgame, all the Marvel movies like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and all these people like leading up to this Endgame. They were good and they were solid. They were great. All these movies. And to me, I feel it was, like the writers who were behind it made it great. The directors that they picked made it great.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I just feel like we don't have that in this next phase, so called.
Well, not yet.
Right?
Like,
what do you mean not yet? Look what's going on lately. Even with the recent films, they're not that fucking great. Ant-Man wasn't great.
I wouldn't say every movie was terrible. Like, are you saying Doctor Strange was not good? Are you saying that Shang-Chi wasn't good? Like, there was a few good ones out there.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss.
I'm not disagreeing. It is a hit or miss, but to say that all of them were, you said that like, oh, they're all terrible or whatever or something.
Because I feel like lately that's what's going on.
I think what the problem is I circle back to it. I think it's a fatigue thing.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with them bringing in new writers to write the TV shows. That's fine, but I felt like they were just pushing shit out at a volume that they thought people were going to be able to keep up with. And a lot of people do. That's fine, but for most people, it started to become like collecting comic books. It's sort of like, oh, here's this new issue, and now here's a new event. Make sure you collect all the other issues so that you understand what's like. That's how it felt like watching these TV shows. It felt like everything was necessary to watch, and to a degree, yeah, that's fine. But those original few phases of Marvel, like, did you really need to have watched The Incredible Hulk? Not really.
No, that's what I'm saying. See,
Or Iron Man 2, like, or 3, like, you can enjoy those, but they're not going to really set up anything for the next few movies or the overall picture. It felt like with this one, they felt the need to have to, like, shove in, like, oh, we have to add the multiverse thing, or we have to add the whole Kang thing. And it's like, not for every project.
I think that's where they fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was making this new phase into a multiverse. Because if you're going to lead to that, you should have had, what I'm trying to say, everything already set up before. It feels like these guys who's making these new phases in Disney or whatever, whoever's is in charge.
Kevin Feige?
I don't know. Yeah, he's the phase of the fucking thing. I don't know, but I feel like they're making shit up while they go now. They're not. They don't have like.
It can. Yeah, it certainly does feel like it. I agree with you there. It does certainly feel like they're. Well, who knows, right?
Who's
like,
going to be the team then that is going to fight Kang, or who's going to this next big threat? I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't. Where are you? I'm so fucking speechless. Like, I remember saying like the shows were going to lead up to the new threat of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're just like you were saying. Now you got to watch the shows and the movies to know who's gonna lead. It's leading up to whatever right now, right? And I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, I'm so fucking pissed off. Not pissed off. I'm getting heated here.
Let me let you fucking think for a minute.
Go.
I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate for this because I could definitely agree with you, and I do with a lot of those things, but that was kind of the fun about those first few phases too. I mean, clearly you knew when they started introducing Thor, Captain America, Hulk, all those, like, they're going to do an Avengers movie eventually, right? Because these characters are recognizable and everything, and of course. But with this one, now that the main Avengers team is gone, it's almost like they can go anywhere with it. Like, who can lead it? Could it be Doctor Strange? Could it be Spider-Man? Could it be this and that? Who knows? I don't know. Like, I'm still excited about that aspect. Like, who can the new Avengers be?
I just feel like they should stop fucking around and introduce the new Avengers already.
Already?
Yes. Like leading up to it, like how they build up the first Avenger movie.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
They're not even done doing that yet. There's no after credit scene of saying leading up or building up the new Avengers or anything. We haven't seen one.
Let me ask you.
In the other movies, they were leading up to building up a team, and this and that, right?
Let me ask you a question though, because I feel like this is what a lot of people get heated about. Well, let me ask you this: do you think we've grown accustomed to like how the Marvel movies would used to do, like the post-credit scene, and like, oh, it's gonna lead up to Infinity War and this and that?
Okay.
Because I feel like that's what a lot of people are like. Where's the post-credits? Where's this? Like, not everything needs it. Like I just said, not everything needs to be shoehorned into it. I'm fine with how they're doing the slate of movies. I'm just feeling fatigued from it. That's my problem. You know, I'm just getting a little bit, I don't know, like tired of it a little bit.
No, I'm fatigued, but it's also
burnt out.
The direction where they're going is also another thing. And you were saying the post after credit scenes and all that. Okay, I still remember we went to go see the first Avengers movie and all that, and I don't know if we stayed. I think we stayed after the post credit scene
for Avengers.
The first Avengers, yeah. It's so long ago, but I still remember because that was my first year working at a theater, so I would see it right after multiple times.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's the first one, but I remember they teased Thanos, right? Mm-hmm. And it was simple, and that was it. I think someone goes up to him and talks about like, oh, so this and that is going on, right? Mm-hmm. And he just turns and gives you that smirk, and that was it.
Right, yeah.
Okay? And that was just a tease of what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it kept going like that. Mm-hmm. And the one that did it for me is when when he says fine.
Oh, and he grabs the
yes.
gauntlet. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, it was building little by little who this character is in this this Marvel universe. They don't do that anymore. Like with Kang, I don't feel like. I don't know. I feel like they're showing him too much. They didn't do that with Thanos a lot. It was just in after credit scenes, right? And this one, he showed up in Loki right away. He showed up in fucking Quantumania.
Well, those are different variants. Though,
yeah, but see, I think that's where they're fucking up.
Okay.
They're just throwing in a whole bunch of Kangs where there should just be one main threat.
So you don't think it doesn't feel
it doesn't feel
like a threat that there's too many. Is what you're saying.
Okay. I think that's where they went with the wrong route of going. Who's going to be?
Well, I mean, it's really hard to compare Kang versus Thanos. Like, I feel like they did Thanos so perfectly. You know, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I do agree that they're showing Kang a little bit too much. I don't feel the threat from him either. Come on,
okay, like I said, that's all he did, right? Just tease him after every other movie in the Marvel movies. That kept you like, holy shit, is this guy like? You were thinking to yourself like, is he a threat or what's going on here? Like,
you knew he was a threat. You just didn't know how much, how fucking, like the weight of it.
So when we saw Infinity War right away, we were like. Well, me, I was like, holy shit, these fucking Avengers,
they're fucked.
They're fucked.
They're fucked.
And right here with Kang, I don't see that. I don't feel that.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel it's a weird decision to bring Kang as the villain for an Ant-Man movie. That was kind of weird.
So you're saying like, if they kill one of them, there's another one in another multiverse, and they kill that one, they gotta keep going to multiple fucking universes to kill this guy?
Well, I feel like that's also if they build on it, they could make it so that like, oh, no matter what we do, another one takes its place. That in theory sounds like that's a terrifying villain. Like you can't. There's too many of them, and each one is more fucking, terrifying than the other one. But I just feel like in execution it doesn't. Because when they did the One Who Remains and Loki, when they showed that scene, I was like, this is a good way to introduce Kang. Because he's not necessarily Kang. He is, but it's like, if this is the nicest version of Kang we've got, I wonder how much more, like, fucking terrifying the other ones are. I just don't think they executed it.
No.
Right.
You know how I feel like these fucking variants and so whatever in the Kang? I feel like they're Mr. Meeseeks and fucking Rick and Morty. You wrote me into this.
Right,
no.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's how I feel like that's how it's going to lead up to it right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't know. To me, it's like, I'm fatigued right now, and maybe I just don't.
That's what it is for me, man. I'm just burnt out. You know?
To me, deep down, you know this. I didn't want to go see Black Panther 2. It wasn't because Chadwick died or all this, any of it. It was just that to me was like, I really don't.
But would you have watched it if it tied in more with the other movies? Because that's why I feel like a lot of people are starting to not feel fatigued, but like they need it. They feel like they need every movie to connect, and it's like Black Panther 2 felt more standalone, and that was fine.
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
And the one that we just decided not to go was Ant-Man.
See, now that's where I want to like, because that's where it happened for me. For you, it happened a while ago.
Yeah.
You said it happened to you with the TV shows and everything.
Yeah.
For me, it happened with Ant-Man, because I remember being the only person in the house being excited to go watch the movie, and seeing you be like, and I was like, damn, am I just the only one excited for it? And then little by little, it started to kind of hit me. I was like, am I even excited? Like, what is this that I'm feeling? Am I just forcing myself to be excited? And I remember we were close to getting out to go watch the movie, because it was like 20 minutes before the movie started, and I was like, you know what, guys? I don't think we should go. I just don't. I'm trying really hard to get excited, but I can't. I just couldn't get excited for the movie.
I gave you a question here. There's one that's coming out soon. Okay, and we're both excited. Okay, let me see if I can say this right. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're excited.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is that?
Why is it? Because it doesn't necessarily... I wouldn't say it doesn't connect to the other movies, but it's because we've been following these particular set of heroes from the first one. It feels like the X-Men.
Okay,
kinda.
see,
It's like the end of an era again.
What I tell you, okay? What else? What else is behind Guardians right now?
James Gunn.
Boom.
Okay.
That's who is James Gunn? He's a fucking director. Okay.
Oh, well, what are you trying to slander the other directors?
No.
Sam Raimi in her? Come on.
He just fucking started. Dude, calm down.
What do you mean he did the Spider-Man movies?
But it doesn't connect to this, Dick Dong.
I'm just saying he has experience at fucking directing superhero movies.
I'm just saying, who else fucking how do you say rally this fucking thing up? Was the Russo brothers?
Yeah.
And who they made fucking Winter Soldier. They did the Infinity War and Endgame.
Well, let me throw another counter though.
Oh my god!
No,
I feel like he's defending this now.
It's fine. We can both be on the same side. I agree with you, dickhead. I'm just trying to make this more interesting, okay?
Let's go ahead.
Did you be fucking honest? Did you know who the Russo brothers were with Winter Soldier? Did you know who they were as directors?
What do you mean?
Like when you watch the movie, it's like, oh, it was such a great movie because it was directed by the Russo brothers, or you were just like, it was just a great movie. Because I feel like a lot of people didn't know who the Russo brothers were until Infinity War. This is
why I know, Albert. I still remember this shit, okay?
All right.
You want to go specific?
All right.
When you and me and our cousin went to go see it, okay?
Okay.
We went to the fucking dollar movie. I had no interest.
I was there, dickhead, I know.
I had no interest.
Okay.
Because the first one, I didn't like the first Captain America.
Neither did I, yeah.
Okay. Went to go see it. I fell in love with that movie. Fell in love. And after it ended, I think the first fucking credits, it said by the Russo brothers. Or in the beginning, I don't know. And after I left that theater, I had to check the internet who these guys were. So I knew who they were right away.
Okay. Do you think that's the same with other people?
No.
Where I'm getting at it, okay? And I don't know, I'm not really good at debating, okay? But the director of Shang-Chi, I feel like to me stuck out as being one of the better directors who directed movies.
No, I agree too.
And it makes sense because he is now going to direct the fucking Avengers movie that comes out. He's the one who's going to be doing it. I feel like all eyes should be on him. James Gunn is fucking fantastic, but he's moving on to DC after Marvel. He's done.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should. I don't want to fucking say this, but we should let them cook. With the next phase, it probably will start to kick in. I'm feeling fatigued right now, but I feel like it doesn't mean I'm losing passion for these movies. You know, I feel like the Shang-Chi director. I keep saying his name, but I don't know. Let me look up his name. I feel like he's gonna be the one to really rally this one together. Like,
look what happened.
You know, what do you mean? What happened?
He made a great fucking film, and that's why they picked him. You don't think when the Russo brothers made Winter Soldier and it was fucking amazing? You don't think Marvel went, okay, we have to get these guys to fucking make Endgame and all this?
Destin Daniel Cretton. So I have to give him his due there. Sorry.
See, did I say that was the point earlier when we were speaking? Like, we had good writers, we had good directors.
So you think that's the problem then? Is that there's no good writer and directors?
No.
And that's the problem. All right.
See, did I make a fucking point?
Yeah, I mean, I told you, I agree. I don't know why you're getting super heated.
Mic drop, motherfucker. Sorry.
Eric, these are fucking movies we're talking about. Chill out for a second, okay?
Yeah.
These fucking things don't exist. I know you're passionate about it or whatever, but like,
No, yeah.
Oh, now you're fucking calm.
No, I'm just see. That's the point I was making. Though. Come on.
No, I mean I agree, but mostly what I'm feeling is just we keep saying it, but I just feel burnt out. That's it. That's the only problem I have is I feel like they push too much shit out. That's it.
I just feel like, to me, Kang doesn't feel like a fucking threat. One, they should follow the same fucking formula you guys had in the fucking beginning and stick to it. It fucking worked. Don't change it. I think.
You think?
Well, it seemed to work the first time, right?
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are experimenting, and everyone got all fucking upset.
And
Let them experiment.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
So there should be no artistic expression of any kind with these movies in there.
Okay. When they announced the shows, they said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna lead up to the next big event and blah blah blah." Where's our new fucking team then, motherfucker?
All right,
give us our new team. You haven't even hinted once. Like, let's say fucking Nick Fury comes out in one of these fucking post credits. He's like, "I need to build a new team. Let's fucking call them the New Avengers or the Dark Avengers."
You can kind of tell who the New Avengers are gonna be. I mean, let's be honest.
But nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that like it's there. Just because we haven't fucking seen them together or they haven't confirmed doesn't mean like you can't piece together who it's gonna be in this one.
I feel like
I take it back. I do feel like
the Skrulls got fucked over too because I felt that should have been the next fucking threat because that would have been
wait for Sacred Invasion. Maybe you.
Alright, when I saw the fucking trailer, I didn't fucking go yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Well, this ain't no Bruce Willis movie, bitch. I mean, look, Enter.
It still doesn't look that great to me. I'm sorry.
That's good. Let them fucking let it lower your expectations, all right?
Yeah.
And then be surprised when you watch it. Maybe you'll enjoy it.
I don't think so. But I felt like that should... Imagine Secret Invasion, how is it... Circuit. Secret Invasion, how it is in the comics. Think about that for a minute.
But does it always have to follow the comics, Enter?
Fucking do it.
Okay, look.
What do you mean?
You're being too aggressive right now, okay?
Okay.
Look.
I'm going back again, and we're going to make a fucking point.
Okay, here you go with your fucking points. Go ahead.
So, the Infinity War and Endgame followed the Infinity Gauntlet.
Did it really, though?
Hold on, but it had the main source.
Okay, it did have the source material for sure.
It had some elements into it, okay?
Right.
And they made it their own.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine with that, okay?
And what do you think they're doing with the Secret Invasion show?
Nothing to do with the fucking comics.
All right, look.
Imagine,
I felt why'd you have to fucking drag the N out? I mean,
but look, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Curly-headed fuck. Okay, let me finish my fucking point. Like I said, imagine if they followed the comics. Kind of like what they did, like I said, with the Infinity Gauntlet. Just get the source material and do that, all right?
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
Of course, Senator. Of course, because you're too...
Okay, it came back.
Oh, my God.
But wouldn't it be cool, like, if what they did, like, in the comics, like, it's, like, I don't know what I'm trying to get, it's, like...
Please,
little by little, it was, like, let's say Spider-Woman wasn't Spider-Woman all along, type of thing.
And that would do it for you, is if one of the characters isn't who they are.
Imagine that, like leading up. Let's say they made a show about a Spider-Woman, not knowing behind that she was a fucking Skrull, stuff like that, and they dropped that in the fucking show or movie, revealing that she was a Skrull all along.
Motherfucker.
And they
go ahead.
I'm just saying they screwed that up by again showing them, and fucking just they're not be like if they weren't. Oh, he was. Let's say Falcon was a fucking Skrull all this time.
Okay,
Are you serious? Like that type of thing.
All right, but let me fucking. Did they not do that with Far From Home, with fucking Nick Fury? Did they not do that? Because for the whole movie, you thought it was fucking Nick Fury, and then by the end, it turns out he was a fucking Skrull.
You got me there.
Yeah, I did get you there, didn't I? You fucking bitch.
But that should have been the...
It is. It's what's building up the Secret Invasion. You got nothing to say there because you know I'm right, okay?
No, hold on.
We're
We're both
right. Just because it doesn't have your fucking Falcon or your fucking Scarlet Witch doesn't mean that it isn't as the gravity of the situation isn't as fucking heavy. All right. Also, we should point out that Secret Invasion, just like what we've been talking about, you have to have watched Captain Marvel, and we did not fucking. Oh god, and we didn't watch Captain Marvel, did we?
Hey yo.
Oh fuck.
Stop being a mark for the Marvel universe. Stop running his dick.
Oh, like you haven't, like we both haven't been riding their dick. The whole podcast is about us talking about Marvel comics sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the movies. I don't. Okay.
The comic books also have their own problems. We'll do another episode for another day on that one.
But I feel like what I'm saying is like Secret Invasion should have been its own thing. Like
it is his own thing.
Like no, like the big thing. You know, like how
you think it should have replaced the King thing?
Yeah. But they revealed the fucking scrolls like like these
well,
fucking
I mean,
clowns.
let me tell you something, okay? Just let me get this out.
Okay, sorry.
In the fucking fucking bitch. Look.
Okay, go.
In the pantheon of all Marvel villains, why the fuck do you think the Skrulls aren't that great as villains, Eder? Why should they be the face of the next fucking... They're fucking aliens.
You're right.
For fuck's sake, they're not like... To me, Kang makes more sense in theory as a fucking Thanos level threat, not the fucking Skrulls.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Hold on.
This is the reason why it was a limited series, you fucking asshole. You know? And Secret Wars should be the fucking next event. I still think... No, I could be wrong. I was going to say I still think Doctor Doom could be the Thanos level threat. Who's to say he won't?
He can.
I mean, he can.
Yeah. Look, what happened?
That's what the fuck I just said. I said, why?
But then you threw... I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
You threw that in there.
No, I didn't. I said, who's to say he won't be the next... You're in the fucking clouds right now,
yeah,
okay?
Man.
We're both fucking heated.
Okay, who you think should be in the next... who should have been the big threat? Go.
I just said it. Doctor Doom.
Who else?
If we're thinking of who else, I mean, look, if we're thinking unrealistically here, I would love Null to be the next Thanos level threat, but I feel like that's too soon.
What about
he just got introduced in the comic books?
What about Galactus? No,
I don't know, man. Maybe it just doesn't seem like. Has he ever been a fucking next level threat in the comics? I mean,
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't, you know.
When I think of the big like fucking villains in Marvel, I think of like Doctor Doom, I think of Thanos. Now, I think of Null. They already killed fucking Carnage, so I don't think that could be a thing.
What do you mean? They keep bringing him back, so he's not dead.
I mean, I guess they could bring him in. I mean, Absolute Carnage would be a fucking kick-ass storyline to do.
But I feel like that's like the that's
you
like
know what would be great is if they did the Avengers storyline where fucking Moon Knight becomes like the main antagonist for a while. You know?
Or which one's that one?
With the Jason Aaron run, at one point Moon Knight was just like fucking menace. I don't remember the story exactly, but like that would be cool. I would have enjoyed that. Like, could you imagine he had his own show and you didn't know he was the actual like villain in disguise or whatever? Kind of cool.
What happened if they made another Civil War?
Yeah. Civil War 2?
Yeah.
The comic book wasn't that great.
Well, make it their own though. Think about that.
Well, what's it going to be about this time?
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they're still doing the Civil War shit with this movie or with these phases. Like it still has a lasting effect.
I don't know. You're right, but that would be cool to see. Like, come on, there was cool moments in the Civil War too, right? Hulk died.
If I'm being honest,
if Hulk didn't die, he wouldn't be Immortal Hulk.
Oh, that's true.
Uh-huh.
But do you really see Mark Ruffalo being the Hulk again for another few movies. Like I feel like he's already done. Like he's kind of tapped out. You know.
What about ain't there a big threat from like Doctor Strange universe?
There is one, but his name escapes me now. And it was in his all new, all different run. I forget what his name was, but he was like a huge threat. That also kind of spilled onto like the other superheroes. Like in theory, Mephisto also sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
If they do it right, if they execute it right.
But
if I'm being honest, dude, like it comes back to Doctor Doom. Like
But I
Doctor
feel
Doom
like-
was such a fucking good villain in Secret Wars.
but I feel like Mephisto is like that annoying character from Smiling Friends. They go,
Oh
"Ooh."
yeah, right. Yeah, he never really does.
Yeah, he
anything.
doesn't do it. He's just in your face.
You can kind of tell when he's gonna show
Yeah.
up, right? Woman,
But
in the comic
see,
book.
that's the thing. Who, like, let's say, okay, and like in the comic book universe, atmospheres, multiverses.
okay.
But like besides Kang and Thanos and Galactus, like I feel like those are big threats for anybody in the Marvel universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, you know, to be honest, like I'm not really like we don't know a lot about like the history and all this shit of Marvel because there's too much to like learn and to catch up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what I'm saying is like besides those big three, who else? You know, that's the thing that sticks out to me.
Doctor Doom, man.
Not like like I said, Doctor Doom, Thanos is already dead, but
Well, they can always bring him
Kang,
back.
Galactus, like those four. Then who else is a big threat? That's the thing. Like who else are like can fit into this universe that can be a threat to everybody? If that makes sense,
Mhm.
you know, kind of like what Thanos did. He was a threat to everybody.
Like if this villain showed up, they have to bring everybody in to stop him.
Yeah, like in the comics,
Apocalypse. You know, if they introduce the X-Men, Apocalypse could be one. He's he's basically Thanos. He's like we have Thanos at home, kind of. Magneto. I mean, but Magneto always like kind of threads the line between like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Oh, fucking Professor X would be cool. Like the demented version of Professor X. Is that right? Right? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, man. I like Null is the one that comes to mind too, but I feel like they had to have set him up previously for him to be a big threat in the MCU. For him to just be, here's Null would be too.
I think they had something with Scarlet Witch, but
Scarlet Witch's motivations weren't that. Like on paper, it made sense what she was doing, but like there was other ways you could do that.
But she became a threat, though. In the comics, I mean.
In the comics, yes, definitely in the comics, she became a fucking.
They
yeah.
kind of did that in the fucking like in Doctor Strange and all that, but I like how in the comics she just went all out. She made her own fucking people in her head. She made her own kids.
Yeah.
And all this shit. She fucking killed. She did that in the movie too.
Yeah,
but
she killed
Professor X and all this.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who else she killed.
See, that's the thing we're not talking about here. Is like when they bring in the X-Men, they could do some shit there.
That is true, but they're taking too long.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're kind of right.
They keep teasing, and it's kind of like, I don't know, like, I feel like to a certain point, once like they're like, yeah, they're gonna show up. Yeah, they're gonna show up. Like that's all we get, right?
Yeah.
And when they finally do, it's like now, I've been wanting this shit when it was, like, hot in the fucking pan, dude. You know, like I want it now when people are asking for it, type of thing.
I mean,
and you guys gonna do it when the fucking thing dies down?
It's like the Cody Rhodes thing, right? It's the fun. Now we're getting into wrestling.
Wrestling, brother.
But no, I feel like. Let's be honest, dude. You say this now, but when they do invite, introduce the X-Men, they're still gonna fucking bring asses to the seats. For
Who
sure.
knows?
No, come on. The fucking X-Men, we haven't seen the X-Men together since fucking, well, I'm not going to count the last one that came out. We haven't seen a good X-Men team, that should rephrase, for a long time. Okay? You're telling me you're not going to want to go see that movie when they eventually bring it, when we're 40 years old. Okay? That's when they're going to bring them in. I don't know, man.
But if they're gonna do that, if you're gonna write and work for fucking Marvel, it should be on the fucking contract. You should know your shit and you should read your shit. Okay, I feel to me
That they don't read the source material.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't read anything.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily true. That's a little far-reaching. You're telling me they're not reading the comic books. They
Bring
don't
it
have
back again.
They don't have the finger on the pulse right now. You're saying?
Look what fucking James Gunn did to the Guardians. In the beginning, no one gave a fuck who the Guardians were. There were nobodies. And look what they are now. Look what he did with Suicide Squad. He brought in Polka Dot Man and all these characters. Like, why would we? And look, he made them interesting.
I think what we're trying to say here is that James Gunn should just do all of the superhero shit. Is what we're saying. I think.
No, I just I know that I feel, and you can see it, that he loves what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He puts love into it. He fucking does his work. He does his reading. All this. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, we can both agree that it does need a bit of fixing, and the way things are shaping up right now, they're on shaky ground. But I still have hope that they're gonna I don't know, that they'll come back.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while to come back though.
It's fine. Let them fucking, let them do their thing. Let's see how it turns out. There's still plenty of other things to be excited about. It's weird because I feel like DC is what we're most excited for now.
After this, I feel like I'm gonna do some research on.
You're gonna send your application?
No,
from
I want to do my research on who worked behind Werewolf by Night. Who's the writer? Who knows this? I want to get into a rabbit hole.
Oh, fuck.
And if I see that these guys,
all right, fucking with your finger guns and shit.
And if I see these guys did their research, oh yeah, I read fucking Werewolf by Night number 77 or something.
So you're doing a science experiment.
Yeah.
Kinda. You want to see who did their research and who didn't. But what's it gonna fucking end? What's the end game here?
That
you're gonna end up being upset by the end.
But those are the people that should lead the charge in this new phase. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And hopefully they don't fuck up Born Again, because
I don't think they. Well, I don't know.
It's in Disney, Albert. Come on.
We haven't seen what an R-rated Disney project looks like yet. You know?
That's true. Well, this is the one I'm waiting for too. This is the two I'm waiting for. Is that Born Again? And we haven't heard anything, even from the fucking announcement from the shows that was coming in. And I think it was one of the lineups, so we haven't heard anything.
Right.
Armor Wars.
Oh.
That one sounds fucking interesting.
You have no idea what it's about, though. I know it has roads in it.
Yeah. But we don't know anything about it. That's the thing. And there's rumors that the Punisher's going to show up.
Well, let's not get back to what we were just saying. Don't listen to the fucking rumors, man.
Ain't that sound cool, though?
I mean, it does.
And if you guys read the run that he did when the Punisher got the War Machine suit.
Oh, dude.
He went ape shit.
You told me about it.
He went ape shit on it, okay?
Okay.
He killed terrorists.
Okay,
he burned them to
that's
death.
What he fucking does. He's the
burned them.
Punisher, you...
And you know who was fought behind that? Nick Fury. He gave him the suit.
Okay, all right. You're in court trying to fucking defend Frank Castle and shit.
Then fucking they send in the troops. They send in Captain Marvel. They send in Captain America.
All right, I think we're going off the rails here. Look, that's all we have to say on the situation. I know that.
Okay,
we
final
could-
thoughts. What do you think? What's going on?
I am giving my final
Okay.
thoughts. My final thoughts is that I feel like I'm fatigued. I'm still gonna go see Guardians though.
Well, no
And We'll see how things turn out. Like I really don't know. Like I hope that they are able to patch these issues. I'm talking like it's a fucking video game, but like from here on out, they should be more cautious about how many projects they put out. Really pick and choose
Yes.
which ones get highlighted. And I feel like they're gonna do that. I feel like they will.
I'm a little bit of both. I'm fatigued. I don't like where this is going so far. And I was thinking, like, I'm looking at your poster. That'd be cool as a animated little series.
Oh yeah,
Come on, that
No,
run
I agree.
Scotty Young
I
did.
agree. Yeah.
That was cool. Okay. What I was gonna say? Yeah, I think I'm a little bit of both. Let us know down in the comments, guys. Let us know how you feel.
Look, this is something that is highly debated. I know that this is something a lot of people talked about.
Maybe you guys love where they're going. You know, that's your opinion. Yeah.
That's totally fine
Yeah.
too. I know that there's, in fact, I don't want to sound like a pompous asshole or anything, but no, I really am jealous for the people who are enjoying this.
Mhm.
If you're one of those people who are enjoying the
Yeah.
current state of the MCU, that's fucking fantastic. If you're excited for the new Marvel's movie, that's great. For us, we're just a little bit burnt out, and that's our opinion.
And I'm kind of burned out in the comics too, because it doesn't lead up to anything.
All right, that's a different podcast. I said you.
Remember what happened just recently with Amazing
Okay,
Spider-Man?
that's where we're gonna stop.
He said
this has been
that
Two
he
Brothers.